Hello again, it's me, Enigma9263, back for another Transformers review. And today I have the first set release of the Predacon or Decepticon, I'm not sure which, from Transformers Cybertron Nemesis Breaker. As I said in my Optimus Prime review, I was going to be doing him next. And the reason I say Decepticon or Predacon, didn't watch the show much, so I don't know if he was really which side he was on. But he has kind of a more of a Predacon looking symbol to me. I don't know, he's a beast. From Beast Wars, there were Predacons, not Decepticons. That's my whole perspective on the thing. Nemesis Breaker is exact same mold as the Leo Breaker toy. And I actually found this at a consignment shop, or a flea market, if you didn't know what that was. For, I think, $3 or $4 is how much I paid for it. And all it was missing was the tail. No big deal. All it is it just plugs in, and or he uses it as a whip-like sword. And his cyber key. So in order to show off his cyber key gimmicks, I'm going to be using Optimus's key. Really, it's not bad looking of a line. I kind of like the coloration compared to Leo Breaker's gold. But he does also have one electronic feature, which I was surprised to find that did work. And you just push the little button here, the green portion on his forehead, and his mouth opens a little bit, and he makes a noise. Ironically enough, it sounds more like a jaguar than a lion, but hey, can't complain too much. So, I know, from what I was told, Nemesis Breaker combined with Galvatron, I believe it was, from the show, from different things I've seen on YouTube. I never watched it, for kind of a dark Savage Claw mode. But since they are the exact same mold, Leo Breaker and Nemesis Breaker, I'm going to show Optimus's Savage mode using Nemesis Breaker. And so, basically, but first, before I get to that, I'm going to show you his Beast Mode Cyber Key gimmick. So basically, slide the key right into there. Oh, and it doesn't have to go in. I've only done this twice. Every key works in every single one. And it's not going to work this time. Oh boy. Anyway, it just pops down, and he's got super big claws. Strike laser call from Zoids. Anybody? Maybe? I don't know. That's what it reminds me of. Liger Zero. Yes, I like anime. If you haven't figured that out much. That much out, I mean. Anyway, now I'm gonna... And same thing on the same side. Or the other side. So now I'm gonna transform. Very simple transformation. Just basically push the leg, straighten the legs, back legs out. Straighten his back paws. Flip his heels down. And kind of, yeah. Just kind of like that. And then at his waist, pull this piece down. Pull the sides down like that. I don't know if you can see it all that well. Sorry about poor lighting and everything. I'm doing this in my brother's room. Anyway, just pull the arms out to his side at 90-degree angle. Works good for me. You can do it with at less than, but it works best at 90s. Anyway, you just take his center half, rotate up like that, and connect it right in. And it'll tab in looking like that. And then rotate his arms back at the elbow, and just bend his claws down like that, and then on the inside he'll have a thumb that just kind of slides up when he's in beast mode. Now he looks like he's got a hand. And the same thing on the other side. Just rotate it around, and bloop. And if he had the tail, right in there is where, I don't know if you can even see it or not, but there's a little peg in there. Again, not the greatest quality camera, not the greatest quality camera stand. So, next, and then for his head, you notice all there. And another nice thing about this, for $4 or $5, It's got very little chipping. It's all molded plastic up here, painted. Even the eyes have irises on them. Can't really see it all that well on my camera. I've already tried. But for his head, just reach in here. There's going to be a little tab. Pop it up and pull it back. And lock it in. And then there's Nemesis breaker. It would have been kind of nice if they had light piping for his eyes, but they don't. And there's no irises on his robot mode eyes. But yeah, that's Nemesis breaker. The little electronic gimmick still works. And he can still pop down his claws for his cyber key gimmick. And that's about it. I mean, it's got some head movement. Not very much. Just basically a nod. He's got, if you stick his arm out at the 90-degree angle, he's got 360-degree rotation at the shoulder. It makes a ratcheting noise. It's kind of annoying. I don't know what you would call this little joint here. It's not really a bicep, but it's kind of got a weird double joint right there. But it's got 90-degree articulation there. The elbow, he's got full 360-degree turning, and the ability to move. He's got pretty good arm articulation, basically, despite the weird double jointing. And then he's got pretty good wrist and thumb articulation. Kind of really like that feature. I mean, it doesn't really do nothing, but it just kind of looks cool to me. And the same on both sides. For hip, or for leg, he's kind of got a little doop. It's a little bit of side. You can go back and forth at the hip. His knee, which he's got extremely long femurs. Yeah, femurs. You can go back and forth at the knee. He's got some ankle articulation, and he's got another weird double joint type deal going there. But I mean, it stands up on its own. It's really, in all honesty, a great figure. And since I got really cheap, I'm really not complaining. And as I said, it's already the same. It's the same mold as Leo Breaker. And since I'm doing good on time, I'm going to show you the combination mode for Optimus and Nemesis Breaker. First off, I'm just going to transform Nemesis Breaker into Savage Claw mode. Push his head back down. Take his feet. Push him. And I've seen kind of a few different ways for how this can look, but basically fold his feet up like this and fold his ankle pieces back down. Then you'll take his arm and pull it out. And sometimes they're stubborn. Okay, and it'll look just like this. You can take his claws, or his arms, I mean, and not really sure exactly how, but you kind of, if this actually was how it's supposed to be, but you fold up his claw all the way up like this, so it makes kind of a streamline. And then on the inside, there's a little tab you can see right there. It plugs into the bottom of his feet. I don't know if you can see the hole, but there's a hole in the bottom of his feet. And with the cyber key piece or slot going on the outside. And it's going to be me. Okay, there we go. That's his Savage Claw look. I've seen some people take one of these and plug it into the side there to give him kind of look like a thumb. I don't like it. It looks kind of weird to me. But just as weird as having two claws. Personally, I would like to, we could have gotten the gimmick where it basically slid over a giant disc like it did in the show. Yes, I know I said I didn't watch the show, but I do know enough of the show to know what it looks like. Anyway, to make it compatible with Optimus, we're going to go on the right side, because that's what it did in the show for Leo Breaker. Disconnect his booster pack, or jet pack, or whatever you want to call it. Pull it off, and take Optimus' arm, transform it back as if you're going back into vehicle mode, and just kind of tab it back in, so it's tucked in behind him. Optimus is going to fight Megatron with one arm tied behind his back. That's how badass Optimus really is. And you clip his jetpack back on. And so now you got a giant gaping hole. Optimus is now an amputee. Now you got this piece on the back here. A lot of people did notice this right away. And it slides around so you can connect it on either right or left. And it just tabs in right there. And now you've got Optimus Prime. Oop, it's just Beast came on. Done. Optimus Prime Super Mode / Dark Savage Mode. Not much articulate. Sorry about that. His legs aren't. Now this is when he gets really heavy and cumbersome. Okay. And as you can see, he does not have much articulation, but you can unhinge him at the waist, and it kind of gives him more freedom to move, but it's really not supposed to do that. And there we go, just pegged it back in. But really, it only has it has a very limited degree of movement in this particular mode, mostly because of the jetpack. You can't fold the jetpack back in the side because of Optimus's arm. Just kind of discovered that myself. Nor can you take his blaster and stick it in Savage Claw hand. At least I do not believe so. We're about to find out though. Sorry. Well, I'm going to do that real quick so that way I can move it up. You can actually have a Savage Claw holding Optimus's blaster, but it looks extremely awkward. Oh, thought I heard something. But yeah, that's Optimus in Savage Claw mode. Yes, I know there's another boost or secondary power up that he gets, but it's like another different type of jetpack. I don't have whatever I think it's like Sonic Wing or something like that. I don't have it, so I won't be showing it. Nor do I plan on getting it. But thanks for watching, and leave your comments and reviews on it. Thank you very much, and have a good day.